Hello everyone. In this brand new series of general knowledge, we're going to learn interesting trivia and see current affairs in nutshell about different countries, starting off from east and gradually moving towards the west. The first country in discussion is going to be Japan, the land of rising sun. It is made up of 4 major islands: Honshu, Kyushu, Hokkaido, and it has got a total of 6,852 islands. It is the 10th most populous country with a population of 12.7 crores. It is the 3rd largest economy in terms of nominal GDP with a value of 4.7 trillion US dollars. It is Asia's 2nd largest economy, right behind China, and it's the 4th largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity or PPP. Now let's look some details about the royal family of Japan or the imperial family of Japan. Japan is the world's oldest constitutional monarchy, wherein the head of the state is a monarch or a king, but the parliament exists. It takes all the decisions headed by the prime minister. This type of constitutional monarchy is existing since 660 BC. That's how old it is. The throne of power or the throne of the king is called the chrysanthemum throne. Chrysanthemum is a flower. The first emperor of Japan was Emperor Jimmu. The current emperor is Akihito. The current empress is Michiko. The current crown prince is Naruhito. The photo on the right is of Emperor Akihito. Now let's look at demography of Japan. 52% of population is non-religious. 35% are Buddhists. The dominant ethnicity is of Yamato people or Yamato group of people. There is an interesting fact that the population is gradually decreasing in Japan, and that is resulting in the GDP decrease. The range of decrease in the population is given here. 127 million currently. It is estimated to become 95 million in 2050 and 47 million by 2090. That's how the change is going to happen in due course of time. Japan has the 2nd longest life expectancy with 83.5 years for the people who are born between 2010 to 2015. The major cause of death in Japan is suicide. Now let's see some of the major disputes Japan has got with other countries. It has got a dispute with Russia on the basis of Kuril Islands, wherein it has not signed the peace treaty yet after the World War II. The second dispute is with China because of Senkaku Islands, and with South Korea because of Dokdo Islands or Liankot Rocks. As you can see here, there is a Kuril Islands, this is Senkaku Islands, and these are the Liankot Rocks. You can just see that there are just 2 rocks because of which 2 great nations are fighting for. Now, a look into the political scenario of Japan. The Prime Minister of Japan is Shinzo Abe. He is the longest serving Prime Minister of Japan till date. Another interesting fact is that Shinzo Abe is just following 3 people on Twitter, and one is our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Japan is a member of G8. G8 became G7 because Russia is suspended currently. The friends of Japan are India, United States, France, and United Kingdom. The enemies or arch rebels of Japan are China and Russia. With Chinese, they have fought Sino-Japanese war twice, and they've got neutral relations with South Korea. And this is the first Factopedia about Japan. Now let's look into few quiz questions. And the quiz questions are not definitely on Japan. It can be sometimes on the particular country which you are dealing with, and mostly it will be about general awareness. Now let's look into the first question. The first state in India to introduce value added taxes: Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Maharashtra. The correct answer is Haryana. A few trivia about value added tax is that it's an indirect tax. Now you can just look into Google to find out the difference between the indirect tax and the direct tax. It has not been implemented in Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands, even though it has been implemented all over India. France was the first country to introduce this tax on 10th April 1954. So long before, France was the first country to introduce this tax. Now let's go into the quiz. Question 2. The rate at which central bank lends short-term money to banks against government securities is bank rate, CRR, repo rate and reverse repo rate. The correct answer for this is going to be repo rate. What is going to be reverse repo rate is nothing but the amount lent by the banks to RBI. It's a reverse of repo rate. What's called a bank rate? It's same as repo rate, but it has got no securities. As you can see in the question, if the securities, government securities are in play, then it's going to be repo rate. If there is no securities, it's going to be the bank rate, right? What's going to be CRR? It's a minimum percentage of cash that should be held by every bank. SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, is a minimum percent of security to cash ratio that should be held by every bank. Okay, so this is about the RBI terms. Now the third question. National Center for Research and Development for Bulk Drugs is situated in Hyderabad, Mumbai, Chennai and Bhopal. The correct answer for this would be Hyderabad. That's the research and development facility for bulk drugs. What's a bulk drug? These are raw materials used in medicines. Currently we are importing more than 60% of bulk drugs from China. Fourth question. Who is the author of the book Plant Economy for India? Is it Dadabhai Naoroji? Is it Mr. Vishweshwaraya? Is it R.C. Dutt? Or is it Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? The correct answer would be Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya. Mokshagundam is a place in Karnataka or a village in Karnataka. His birthday, which falls on September the 15th, is celebrated as the Engineers Day in India. It's quite important trivia. He had constructed the KRS Dam or Krishnaraja Sagar Dam in Mysore state, and he is very famous for this reason because he had built a flood protection system for the Hyderabad. He is a father of modern Mysore state. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 1955 and he had planted an area in Bengaluru, that is Jayanagar area. It's quite famous area in Bangalore. So let's go into the next question, fifth one. The first 5-year plan of India began on April 1, 1951, December 1, 1951, April 1, 1950, January 1, 1952. So always you can remember one thing, all these 5-year plans are bound to start on the first month of the fiscal year. There are two things, one is a calendar year and one is a fiscal year. Calendar year always starts in January. The fiscal year of any country will start on April. So you have two options now, April 1, 1951 and April 1, 1950 to choose from. So I'll give you the answer now. The answer is going to be April 1, 1951. Okay. This 5-year plan model has been taken from Russia. The Planning Commission oversees this implementation of 5-year plan, and now currently after Narendra Modi came into power, it was replaced by Niti Aayog. Niti stands for National Institution for Transforming India. It's a quite important trivia. The last deputy chairman for Planning Commission was Shri Montek Singh Ahluwalia ji, and the chairman is nothing but the Prime Minister himself. The current chairman of Niti Aayog is Shri Narendra Modi. The current vice chairman is Arvind Panagaria. the current CEO of Niti Aayog is Shri Amitabh Kant. Hope this video was helpful to you. Please provide your feedback. Please do rate, recommend and review this lesson. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.